Bonjour à tous, on se retrouve une nouvelle fois sur Game of Thrones, donc le jeu de rôle en jeu vidéo. Donc je prépare ce qu'il faut. Et voilà, nouvelle partie. On veut faire en écuyer. J'ai pas trop envie de me prendre la tête avec la difficulté.
Year 298, Westeros, realm of the Seven Kingdoms. The world has changed. The ancient Targaryen line of kings had its fire extinguished after reigning over the Seven Kingdoms for many centuries. Robert Baratheon's rebellion unified most of the realm's great houses under a single banner, thus bringing about the fall of the Targaryens. Thus, 15 years ago, he acceded to the Iron Throne, becoming Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. Far from the Game of Thrones and political intrigues, far to the north, in the land where winter seems never to die, a border cuts the continent in two, the Wall. The Night's Watch has been its guardian for thousands of years, protecting the realm at all costs from wildling attacks and other menaces from beyond. The danger is constant, the cold is bitter, and death is sweet for those who fall. At times, even the bravest warriors give up and attempt to escape this white purgatory.
I knew that you were the one he'd send, Mars. Damned moment. It had to be you.
It's over, old brother. All your attempts are in vain. You know I'll end up taking you to Castle Black, dead or alive.
Why not let me get away for old time's sake? After all, we're brothers.
You betrayed us by attempting to escape, my friend. My duty is to bring you back. You know there's only one way to leave the Night's Watch.
I'm sorry, Mars, you leave me no choice. Oh, shit.
«15 ans, voilà 15 ans que vous avez abandonné votre famille et vos terres pour affronter les terres glacées du mur, l'unique rempart contre la menace des contrées du Nord. Vous avez commis une faute, celle d'agir avec droiture dans un monde divisé en ceux qui commandent et ceux qui plient. Pour cela, il vous a été donné le même choix qu'à tous les criminels, et les traîtres du royaume la mort ou cet exil à vie dans la garde de nuit. Mais la mort n'aurait-elle pas été plus douce que cette vie de restriction et de violence? Tous ont oublié depuis longtemps cet endroit désolé, plongé dans un éternel hiver. Le mur prend lentement la vie de ceux qui le patrouillent, leur volant jusqu'à leur dernière passerelle de chaleur. En ce jour aussi morne que les autres, vous rentrez d'une chasse aux déserteurs vers le lieu qui vous sert de foyer, le quartier général de la garde de nuit, Château Noir. Morse Westford. Vous êtes Morse, un patrouilleur de la garde de nuit, le corps armé chargé de protéger et d'entretenir le titanesque mur qui sépare le royaume des 7 couronnes des terres sauvages du Nord. Vous êtes tourmenté par votre passé, vétéran et héros de la rébellion de Robert Baratheon, qui a mis fin à l'Ancien Régime. Vous avez trahi votre seigneur de l'époque qui vous a valu de devoir quitter votre famille et vos terres, et ainsi d'atterrir au mur, loin de la chaleur, de l'amour de votre femme et de votre fille. Le froid et la mort sont désormais votre quotidien, et ce depuis 15 ans. Chevalier blablabla. Chevalier Féfier. Le chevalier Féfé possède une bonne éducation militaire et privilégie avant tout la défense à l'attaque. Il se sert aussi bien d'un solide bouclier que d'une armure lourde, ce qui en fait un combattant endurant et pugnace sur le champ de bataille. Chevalier errant. Le chevalier errant est un guerrier polyvalent qui maîtrise aussi bien le combat au corps à corps qu'à distance. Le combat à contact qu'à distance. Néanmoins, il privilégie le plus souvent le combat rapproché et les armes à deux mains afin d'infliger de lourds dégâts à ses adversaires. Il est également doté d'une bonne capacité d'encaissement de coups. Magnar. Le Magnar est un guerrier féroce, adepte du combat au corps à corps qui privilégie la puissance à la finesse. Il se bat avec une arme dans chaque main et possède une armure intermédiaire, ce qui lui donne beaucoup de mobilité afin de se jeter rapidement sur ses adversaires. Et voilà. Qu'est-ce qu'on va prendre ? Allez, on va prendre le petit berserk. Allez, on met tout dans la force. Voilà. On prend les haches. On va pas se compliquer avec les atouts.
Castle Black. Nothing's changed since the day we arrived. 15 years. Remember, Mors? We were so strong back then. At the time, I really believed in the mission of the Night's Watch, you know.
You've changed, old brother. I never thought you would betray us.
Aye, well, you've always had a knack for choosing friends. One night here, and you'd already bashed in 3 of our brothers' skulls.
I wasn't the only one there, if I remember rightly.
That's me. I never think of the consequences. All I do is give.
Look at this, boys. Morse finally brought back that worm, Gorol. Well done. Some men bet against you, but I wagered you'd make it. It must have been quite a hunt.
Gorold knows how to cover his tracks and isn't half bad with the sword.
I've known you for 15 years, but I still had just a shred of hope that I'd give you and your damn dog the slip. I would have hated getting caught by a little shit like our friend here.
Hold your tongue, deserter.
That's not what your mother said last night.
I'll teach you about respect, dog.
Enough! I forbid you to touch him. You would not have had the slightest chance against him, blade in hand. Tell me, where is Mormont?
The Lord Commander is in front of the Commander's Keep with the new recruits. They've just sworn their oaths.
So they are finally sworn brothers of the Night's Watch. Fools. Now you can teach them a little lesson. Right, Mors?
Mors, you brought this traitor back. I knew I could count on you.
I did what I had to, Lord Commander.
Your modesty does you honor. Recruits, listen to me. Mors here is our best tracker. Now that you are sworn brothers of the Night's Watch, he will mold you into rangers. He has just returned from a very delicate mission, tracking down Gorals, who took the cowardly route and deserted. In the name of the Night's Watch, I thank you, Mors. I know how hard it must have been for you to hunt down a friend.
You have no idea.
Tell me, Mors, is that a tear I see there? Of course not. The Butcher remains ever true to himself. Just a moment, I only see 4 here. What happened to the 5th boy? Have you lost another one?
He's right. What happened?
Someone attacked him last night. He's been looked after by Maester Aemon as we speak. One of our brothers has broken his vows in the most sordid manner. That traitor then beat the poor boy and left him in the snow, more dead than alive.
Damn it. I swear I'll skin the culprit alive.
Alas, we do not know if the boy will recognize his assailant, or even if he is to survive.
Too bad. The brat certainly was a pretty boy. Soft as a virgin. What a pity I never managed to corner him.
Not very well chosen for your last words.
What? Did I upset somebody?
Silence, traitor. Each time I pass judgment on a deserter, I feel the bitterness of failure. It is my duty, as Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, to make true brothers of you. This morning, you were strangers. Now, you have all sworn to honor our oath. Some come to us as knights, carrying out their duties, and some as criminals, forced to choose between the noose and the wall. Once you take the black, your past is dead. You must wash away your former loyalties. Forget your family and friends. They cease to exist. Such is the strength of our oath. No wife, no children, no lands. All that matters is defending the wall and the realm. We are your only home. We are your duty. We are your new family, the only one that matters now. More than 8,000 years ago, humanity itself was nearly lost during the long night. Our predecessors then built the wall that you see behind us. This massive wall of ice is 700 feet high and divides the continent in half. It protects the realm of the Seven Kingdoms from threats beyond the wall. Defending it is our purpose, our duty. The Night's Watch has unfailingly carried out this mission for centuries, generation after generation. Wildlings, cold, wind, and dishonor. Those are your enemies, even in the midst of a summer such as this one. We have all taken our vows before the gods, whichever gods they are. If you betray your brothers, if you break this sacred oath, throughout the Seven Kingdoms of Westeros, you will be met with one punishment: death.
Pass the sentence and get this over with.
Gorold was a brother of the Night's Watch for almost 15 years, but that bears no relevance. He will be executed for desertion. Beyond our mission, we no longer exist. Any last words, deserter?
After all my years spent here, I've forgotten what warmth is. The cold has stolen the very memory. Go ahead and smile at the sight of me, the wretched deserter. But you may do the same one day. You won't be able to take it any longer, and you'll do anything just to live again. I tried my luck, and I failed. Come on, Moors, and do it well.
Goodbye, old brother.
Goodbye, old friend. I'll see you on the other side.
Ah, plus de tête.
You will live and you will die in the shadow of the wall. There is no other way. Welcome to the Night's Watch.
Moors, take Ronnet, Poddy, Celtigar, and Patrick, and put together a patrol. Make sure they smell a little less like summer before winter comes.
Right. Listen. Since I need to teach you to survive at the wall, let's see what you're worth with a blade in your hand. Gather in the exercise yard.
I would have preferred to give you some respite, Moors. As for the law thing, what's his name?
On est dans le nord. Est-ce que je dois aller?
I'm sorry, Moors, but our orders are clear. No one is to pass through here. We've had enough trouble for one day.
On ne voit pas aller par là. Il y a une grille.
Another patrol has gone missing. And not just...
Mosquée. Deck de Bellon. Bouclier de Duncan.
Royce's command.
These young knights. How long? 6 months?
Something like that. Not a bad commander, but you need more than that to survive on the other side.
Down 2 brothers and 1 little shit for Castle Black.
We'll find out what happened to them, and we'll avenge them.
What else can we do?
Aye, that and raise a tankard of ale in their memory. I'll miss Gerard.
On parle du garde de Teltes.
We might make something of one or two. That Scarface is on it. He looks solid.
On va le jeter au début.
So, Celtigar, you were as excited as a virgin to see your hero behead that poor Gorold, weren't you?
Watch your tongue, peasant. Low-born scum like you often end up the same way.
Oh, just listen to him! Still with his milk teeth that he wants to roar. Who knows, you little shit? I may even have been the one to squirt you into your mother's belly.
One more word like that, and I'll send you back to the shit heap where you were born.
Shut up. Knight or thief, you are all brothers now, and equal before the gods. You will fight only when I order you to.
Pardon me. My vows should be stronger than my roots.
Oh, indeed, my lamb. Here, you're officially brother to swine and rapers.
Since I must train you, I'll show you why you must stay united. Attack me, one at a time. Approach! Let me see what you're made of.
At ease. Moors, we must speak. I've just returned from the infirmary with some very sad news. Maester Aemon would do nothing to save the boy. He has succumbed to his wounds. They were too grave.
These are dark times for us.
Justice must be done, Moors, for the honor of the Night's Watch. Before he died, the boy had enough strength to give us the name of his tormentor. He is one of ours, Cregan.
Cregan? First Gorold deserts, and now one of our best veterans betrays his vows?
You know what I expect from you, Moors. Cregan is leading the Western Patrol. They left this morning.
I will leave immediately. Shall I take the new brothers with me to track down Cregan?
They may still smell like summer, but I need them to learn how to patrol the wall. On the other hand, you'll have to do without Patrick. The builders need him.
All right, Jor. Cregan certainly is a big fellow.
I know. He's almost as good a fighter as you. Do not endanger your new brothers too much. We're too short of men to waste them. If you hurry, you should be able to catch up with him in the ruins of the Icemark Fort.
Understood.
One final thing. I received a raven bearing news that concerns you. A knight in the service of the King's Hand is riding towards Castle Black. He is coming, especially to speak to you.
The Hand of the King, eh? I wonder what he wants with me.
I was actually hoping that you could enlighten me on that matter.
My life belongs to the Night's Watch, Jor. I left the Game of Thrones behind long ago.
So be it. May the gods speed you.
Listen here, you crows. We meet at the West Gate and leave within the hour.
Patrick, Benjen spoke of several weak spots along the wall. I need men I can rely on. When will you be ready to leave?
Straight away, Lord Commander.
Have you not yet recovered from Gorold's death?
By the Seven, I'll be...
Pray excuse me, Sir Mors. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you have the time.
Go ahead and ask.
Here at Castle Black, the brothers tell many tales about you. They speak of the legendary battles you fought before joining the Night's Watch, and about how you earned the name the Butcher, faced with the barbarians from beyond the Wall.
The Wildlings? Just what do you think you know about them, lad?
I heard that they're bloodthirsty barbarians who worship the White Walkers and mate their women with the Others. They sometimes try to claw their way over the Wall to steal our women and destroy our land, thirsting for our blood.
And if they were here, their eyes would launch showers of lightning to make the Night's Watch tremble, and balls of fire would fly from their asses. It's shit. The Wildlings are a real danger. However, they are normal men, like any other, which is exactly why they are such a threat. They attack when they're hungry, or when their balls are too full. There's nothing more dangerous than a hungry man.
To be starving and ready to do anything to survive. I've been there. That's why I ended up here.
Enough talk. Listen, Kragan is well liked by his men. He's a good leader. They may not take kindly to us going after him. Be ready for anything. If there's trouble, stay together. Keep an eye on the brother fighting by your side, and all should be fine.
By the Seven, I hope that it won't come to us fighting our own brothers.
What? You're not from a fighting family, Pod? Oh, it feels just like home to me.
Kragan could have gotten away with a stint in prison and a whipping for the rape. But now that the boy is dead, once I've told him what he's accused of, he'll know that he has nothing left to lose. You can never tell how a person will react when they've come to the end of their rope.
The villain will be as desperate as a cornered animal.
Remember that this villain is easily worth 10 of you, Celtigar. We are tracking him down because he broke his oath, and he will be judged for it. But never forget that he served the Night's Watch for close to 20 years.
I won't underestimate him, Sir Mors.
Well then, get ready.
Sir Mors will take us with him. You'll have plenty of opportunities to see more, trust me.
As long as we get our hands on it.
Ruins. Is there nothing left alive along the wall?
I'm so cold. It's even worse than I'd imagined. I can't feel my feet anymore.
Silence. This is not a good sign. They never move alone. rarely seen these dogs so close to Castle Black. And Kragan's patrol should be here already. We need to find out more.
But there are only 4 of us. Could there be more of them?
4 brave sworn brothers of the Night's Watch.
Vous avez rien sur moi.
Kragan, what happened here?
The butcher's here? You're too late. There are wildlings everywhere. I killed a few, but there are too many. 2 of them. Moors. They're beasts, I tell you. I did what I could do to save my lads by luring some of the bastards to me.
Why did your men go?
I sent them to try their luck, crossing the bridge. Get out of here. If you want to live. Moors, go.
It cost him his life. I would have expected nothing less from that old bastard. When your time comes, do as he did, and take as many with you as you can.
We'll try to remember that, sir.
We must leave, Sir Moors. We don't have a chance.
Remember what happened to Gorold, Poddy.
If I must die, at least I'll plant my dagger in my killer's eye.
I hope that it will be so, Ronnet. Kragan was carrying the keys to the fort. They're probably still on his body.
Watch out! That one's still moving. The bastard got rotted. I'll finish him off.
Calm yourself, Buddy. He'll tell us everything he knows before he dies. Keep your anger for the next wildlings we see. There's bound to be more.
You're as dangerous as ever, Butcher. At least I buried one of your boys.
Dogs like you always travel in packs. Your leader must be nearby. Where is he? Where is Gorn?
Shit on you, Crow!
You have a choice. Either spit it out and I finish you off cleanly, or else I'll take my time.
Go bugger yourself, old man! Son of a whore! Ah! Enough! I'll tell you what you want to know!
Fine. What were you doing so close to Castle Black?
There were only 2 of us and our men. We just climbed over the wall.
You lie. You never could have crossed here.
God left a long time ago. I swear to it! Bastard crows! You're all out of your heads!
Speak, and I will put an end to your suffering. You'll give in either way. Everyone talks eventually.
It's true! Gorn planned it all. We came through the mountain passes to the west. We attacked several villages, but your men at Shadow Towers set that demon of Half-Hand upon us. Instead of going back the way we came, we traveled east. We gained some ground, but that bastard's patrol was still on our heels. Gorn led us here, because he knew that the gate of the wall at Icemark had been closed in haste. He always knows everything. We've been scratching at the wall ever since, digging like madmen in our quest to return home.
You're still lying.
I beg you, stop, please, no!
May the Mother take you into her arms.
By the Seven!
Silence!
May the demons of the Seven Hells give him what he deserves!
Save your hatred for the living. We have many more to kill.
What are your orders, brother?
There's a whole clan of wildlings not far from here, and they know that we've spotted them. He mentioned Half-Hand. Corin Half-Hand is relentless. If he's tracking these wildlings, he'll get them. If I know Gorn, he's surveying the area and preparing an ambush to slow down the brothers of the Shadow Tower. We'll go down and keep them from getting the passage back open. They'll be stuck here, and our brothers can just finish them off.
Perfect. The dogs will be trapped.
And us with them!
It's a risk we have to take. We can't let this opportunity go. Gorn is one of the most dangerous leaders from beyond the wall. We've got to give it a try, and there are many brothers to avenge. I have little hope, but perhaps we can at least recover their bodies.
Seven Hells!
hunting on. They're retreating now that they know we're close.
By the mother! We're all going to die right here!
Shut up, Poddy. We'll be doing the attacking.
But we have no hope, sir!
Listen to me carefully, Worm. Here, everybody fights
se bat,
and
personne ne se bat.
nobody runs.
Have pity, sir!
Concentrate on the present, Poddy. If memory
C'est
serves
la
me,
devise.
you're not bad with a bow.
Starship
Cover
Trooper.
us from the balcony. Follow me.
At your command!
Poddy, you stand here.
You can count on me, Westford!
Cover us as long as you can. Understood?
I'll do my best!
You'd best do better than that. It's our asses you're covering. We'll go down and stop them from reopening the ancient ice mark. So don't fall asleep. Poddy is a craven wretch, but at least he can aim. Black blood. Those pillagers have done faster than I realized. The door's almost open again. I'm certain that other wildlings are waiting on the other side of the wall for Gorn's tribe to open the door. We still haven't seen him, by the way. Be on your guard, Celtigar.
Sir Mors, look behind us. There are more coming.
They came from behind. What's that swine body up to?
Watch out up there!
Mars, the gods have given me a feast of crows today.
Gorn, you finally show your face.
This time it's between you and me. Kill the boy. The butcher is mine. Don't interfere. After you die, I'll be a legend. Women will fight for my seed. I'm going to bleed you, old man.
If you knew how many times I've heard that. You're already dead to me, Gorn.
et renforce ta artillerie. « 15 ans, voilà 15 ans que vous avez quitté Puiseg, le fief ancestral de votre famille, en tant que fils aîné de son seigneur, Lord Reynald Sarwick, vassal de la puissante famille Lannister. Il devait vous revenir un jour. Mais vous avez fui Westeros, nid de vipères où les clans de ce monde se disputent le royaume au jeu des trônes. Tournant le dos à votre passé, vous avez traversé le détroit et vécu dans les cités libres, loin des toiles de pouvoir tissées par les grandes familles. Le culte de R'hllor et ses prêtres rouges vous y ont accueillis. Et vous faites désormais partie des leurs. Bien que votre nouvelle religion ne soit pas la bienvenue sur votre terre d'origine. Mais votre passé vous rattrape et après un long voyage, vous voilà aujourd'hui de retour dans votre ville natale, Puiseg.
Finally, we come to River Spring. 15 years ago, it was one of the region's most flourishing towns. But things slowly worsened, and today River Spring knows only idle craftsmen and discontent among the peasants. And the death of Lord Reynald Sarwick will not improve matters. That said, his death didn't surprise many people. The poor man was but a shadow of his former self since the disappearance of his eldest son. They say that his daughter is the one who makes decisions since then, and you can see where that has led.
River Spring. It is much changed.
Have you been here before?
I used to live in River Spring. I left 15 years ago.
Yes, that was a while ago. Back then, the town was still prosperous.
What happened?
I don't know the details, but I think it had something to do with the eldest Sarwick boy leaving.
I must go to the castle.
Oh? And, if I may ask, what would a red priest like you be doing here?
I am here for the burial ceremony. I am the son of Reynald Sarwick.
How so? You're much too old to be Garwin Sarwick.
Garwin is my young brother. I am the elder, Alistair.
Father above? After so long? We thought you had disappeared. My sympathies for your father. I did not recognize you.
My god R'hllor now watches over him. Thank you for the crossing, ferryman.
Alistair Sarwick, vous êtes Alistair, le fils d'un puissant seigneur des terres de l'Ouest, promis à un brillant avenir en tant que seigneur d'un fief. Vous vous êtes exilé vers les cités libres après la rébellion de Robert Baratheon. Et vous vous êtes réfugié dans le culte de R'hllor, le dieu de la lumière, de l'amour. Vous êtes désormais prêtre rouge au temple de Bravos et avez choisi de dévouer votre vie au culte de votre dieu. Contacté par votre précepteur, vous voilà de retour dans votre ville natale pour assister à l'enterrement de votre père. Rattrapé par votre passé, vous devez désormais faire face à ceux que vous avez abandonnés voilà 15 ans. Danseur d'eau. Le danseur d'eau pratique un style de combat qui permet de combiner souplesse, rapidité et agilité, ce qui en fait un homme d'épée diablement efficace. Il se bat généralement avec une arme à une main et également très mobile grâce à son armure légère. Il esquive donc très bien les coups, ce qui en fait un guerrier difficile à atteindre. Mercenaire. Le mercenaire ou reître est un combattant vif qui peut s'adapter à n'importe quelle situation, ce qui le rend très efficace sur un champ de bataille. C'est un adepte des armes à une main dont il a fait sa spécialité. Cela lui permet d'infliger des dégâts très importants tout en encaissant suffisamment grâce à son armure intermédiaire. Ranger. Le ranger est un guerrier spécialiste des combats à distance. Il préfère généralement se tenir hors de portée des ennemis, car il est le plus souvent équipé d'une armure légère. Néanmoins, si la situation le requiert, il est capable de se battre au corps à corps mais préférera immobiliser ses ennemis afin de se replacer à distance. Je pense que je vais prendre le Ranger. On va tout mettre dans la force.
Without merchant ships. It is a dying town. River Spring is dying. With things as they are, what choice do we have?
If things are so bad, what do you propose to do?
It's been too hard for too long. It's time to revolt. We must take matters into our own hands. We'll take up arms.
If you follow that path, the army will have no choice but to fight against you. Do you want this to end in blood and tears?
You don't know what you're talking about, stranger. The house is dying. The army of River Spring is but a shadow of what it was. You obviously know nothing of the misery we suffer here.
That may be, but I do know that violence is answered with more violence. This path never ends well.
We're already suffering. What is it to us if we die of hunger or by a sword?
What has happened here? These lands were once thriving.
It's the Lords. It's been too long since they cared about what happens in their own lands. Neighboring lords have taken the chance to grab some of our land, and nothing is done to stop it. And now that Lord Sarwick is dead, it will only get worse. We must do something.
But there are still Sarwicks in River Spring.
Don't make me laugh. The eldest fled years ago. As for the others, they're no better than he. Anyway, this concerns only the people of River Spring, stranger.
So be it. I pray that your choices will not lead you to reckless acts. May R'hllor light your path through the shadows.
You, Aubrey! It's been weeks since you've been able to bring in fresh wares. There's not a ham left in town.
Mind you, my pigs aren't doing that well either.
That's the truth of it, it's too much.
Forgive my boldness, noble stranger, but I cannot let you walk into certain death like that.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure of the customs in the free cities nowadays, but I wouldn't dream of entering Westerer's arm like that. And yet, as the smith labours day and night for us, it so happens that I sell the finest weapons. Blunt, cutting, perforating. You know what they say, my lord. Don't buy your blade until you know what you plan to stick it into.
Tell me more about perforating weapons.
An enemy full of holes is considerably less frightening, isn't he? Piercing weapons are especially designed to fight against medium armor, such as chainmail. Do you need more information?
Tell me more about cutting weapons.
The most popular. I know of no weapon passed down through families that is not a sword, my lord, and there are good reasons for that. Cutting weapons are especially designed to fight against light armor such as leather, and even the skin underneath. Do you need more information?
Tell me more about blunt weapons.
Ah, the pure power of a mace. Our good king would certainly approve. Blunt weapons are especially designed to fight against heavy armor such as plate. They crush it. Can you see? Bam! Do you need more information?
I have things to do.
Don't hesitate to come back and see me in the Merchant Square. I weep to see you so ill-equipped in this town. And don't forget, you'll be wanting armor. After all, no matter the weapon you face, simple clothes will not protect you.
I heard this morning that the miller's colt was dead.
Lord, a groat for some food.
He's as sick as a rabid hellhound.
Just a coin.
But the old boar was just too hungry. He wouldn't listen.
Hey,
well, what are we to do?
Old man, you wouldn't be one of those that groat for some food?
If you love each other and your parents consent, why wouldn't you marry?
Halt, priest. This town is in mourning. Access to the castle is closed during the ceremony.
I'm actually here to attend Lord Sarwick's burial.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I'm under strict orders to only allow entry to close kin. With the villagers' current grumblings, we don't want to risk problems.
Please call Maester Harwin.
The ceremony is about to begin. I doubt he'll come for a priest of R'hllor. John, go inform Maester Harwin and bring back Captain Ryman.
Good old Ryman, Captain of the Guard. Things certainly have changed in my absence.
What is going on here? Why has John gone for the Maester?
Ryman, it's me, Alistair.
Several hells. Alistair? Graydon, I told you only family. That excludes peasants, dogs, and cravens who abandon their families.
You blame me for leaving, but this is not the time for anger. I've come to bury my father, Ryman, not to fight with you. In honor of the past, allow me to go and pay him my respects.
Very well. You may go. Out of respect for your father.
Alistair, I knew you would come.
Maester Harwin, it's a pleasure to see you again.
The pleasure is shared. 7 gods, you have changed so much. 15 years. I had help from my contacts in Bravos to inform you of your father's death. The funeral will be in the Godswood. The ceremony has already begun.
Why is it not held at the Sept?
It would be if it were not in ruins. Riverspring is suffering on all fronts, I fear. Let us go now. Come with me, Alistair. Let us speak as we walk.
What happened here, Maester? How could my father allow things to get to this point?
You know, after you left, Lord Reynold changed. He began to live more and more in the past and stopped taking care of his duties. Your sister quickly found herself managing more than she should have.
Eliana helped my father govern?
Well, these last few months, she's practically run the house herself. In spite of her efforts, she was unable to slow the inevitable ruin of her lands without a lord. But all is not so dark. Many of your father's vassals remain faithful to their oath. They have all come to the burial in order to honor his memory. We will speak of all this again after the ceremony. Let us make haste, I beg of you.
Hello, Red Priest. I am Lady Eliana Sarwick, daughter of the late Lord Sarwick. You are just in time for the ceremony. Were you close to my father?
You have changed much in 15 years, little sister.
Alistair, why have you returned? We don't need you here.
Harwin told me of Father's death. It was my duty to come.
15 years without any news. And he had to die for us to see you again. You would have done better to stay where you were.
I do not doubt that my departure was difficult for you.
Difficult? To say the least. Your disappearance was our father's ruin. Do you know how long I cried after you left? And how long I hoped for news of you?
I am sorry. I left Westeros without once turning back, it's true. I understand your reaction. It must have been unbearable for you. But I had to leave. Know that I never forgot you.
That's easy for you to say. And you should know that we here learn to live very well without you.
I understand your reaction, Eliana.
I doubt it. Go pay your last respects to Father. We will speak later.
May the stranger, the eternal outcast, now guide
You
you
should follow
to the
his
Father.
example.
And may he judge you
Who is that man?
I believe that is the elder Sarwick, the one who disappeared. He has certainly changed, but I recognize him.
How could you desecrate our father's body that way?
I desecrated nothing. I performed the final kiss, the tribute that priests of R'hllor pay to the dead.
You may be a Red Priest, but you should respect the beliefs of Riverspring.
I did not intend to be disrespectful, little sister.
Do not think that it is easy for me to speak with you after all this time.
Please, Eliana, listen. I left Westeros without a goodbye, and you have every reason to be angry with me. 15 years ago, the war that King Robert Baratheon fought to claim the throne forced me to commit deeds which haunt me still. The very idea of returning to you was too painful. I did the only thing left for me to do. I left and began a new life elsewhere. Not long ago, I received a letter from Maester Harwin telling of Father's death. I could no longer hide myself. It was time to confront my past. What I regret the most, Eliana, is that by fleeing to the other side of the waters, it is you whom I wounded.
All these years, I have thrown a veil over your memory. And you return at the moment when everything is in turmoil. I must be alone for the moment. I will see you later, Alistair.
Take your time, little sister. I understand.
Alistair, Maester Harwin would like to speak with you. He awaits you in the castle courtyard. And if I may add, you should be ashamed of that kiss during the ceremony.
My thanks, Ravella. I shall go and see him.
I am not sure there is more to discuss between us, Alistair. I am sincerely sorry for your loss. You know how much your father meant to me. Unless you are truly ready to listen to me, it would be best that you leave.
I knew you to be less ardent, Ravella.
And I knew you to be more respectful. This ceremony was held under the watch of the Seven, and your shameful act did nothing but needlessly shock and disgust decent people.
I am sorry, Septa. From now on, the rights of the Seven no longer concern me. I have chosen another path. Can you not see that you and all the lost souls of Westeros worship different rays of the same light? Your entire pantheon, your 7 gods. Do you not feel that they are just pieces of one whole, of something much bigger?
If you would listen to my lessons, you would know that for the sages, the 7 are but one. But in order to understand that, one must understand the full scope of their teachings. Perhaps it would be better to worship a simple wood fire like other Red Priests do. It's always easier to worship that which burns brightly.
The flame brings light and warmth. It is the source of life.
No doubt other creatures share your beliefs. Like those whores, for example. I've seen one of your kind in action. Thoros of Myr was his name. A fornicator and a drunk.
To err is to be human. Our order does not encourage lust, Ravella. But the pleasures of the flesh are not altogether forbidden, if they are carried out in an act of love. And I myself have seen fat septons give themselves over to drink. However, I don't judge all septons based on these rare cases.
I've heard it all. A heretic daring to judge a true believer?
I will not allow you to speak to me in this manner, Ravella. I respect your beliefs, and you will respect mine.
Forgive me, my lord. I forgot my place.
Your fervor does you credit, Ravella. You raised me, as you raised my brother and sister. But I cannot allow one of my subjects to show me disrespect. Do you understand?
Of course. I shall be careful in the future.
I don't doubt it.
Ah, Alistair. There you are. Please leave us. So, you're not too unsettled by the situation here?
What I saw of the town upon my arrival was enough. It is a disaster. The people cannot go on like this. I have heard tell that neighboring lords have taken our people's lands.
Indeed. The poverty has worsened over the years. When neighboring lords became aware of your father's situation, they took advantage of the opportunity.
But they have no right to do so. Our lieges, the Lannisters, should have been notified.
Indeed. But our relations with them have suffered since your father held Tywin Lannister responsible for your departure. It was after his death that your sister decided to reopen talks by going to see the most influential member of their family. That is why she requested an audience with Queen Cersei Lannister at the Red Keep. It was made very clear our lieges will act once our land has a new master. So your sister worked towards this end. Riverspring has belonged to House Sarwick for generations. Ilyana has refused to marry a lord from any other house. So, the Queen has chosen a man for your sister.
Who is it?
Valar, your father's bastard son, your half-brother.
Valar? I left Westeros hoping never to hear that name again. It is out of the question for my sister to marry him. He shares our blood. How can the Queen condone a marriage which goes against nature?
You realize that if Ilyana were to wed another lord, she would take her husband's name. Being a bastard, Valar has no family name. It was the only solution to keep Riverspring for House Sarwick.
What has changed? He was but a simple squire when he went off to war with me. Only a knight may marry a lady.
Valar rose through the ranks and was knighted. The Queen took him into her service.
But Valar served House Sarwick. How did he get close to the Queen?
Seeing him return alone from the war, your father blamed him for your disappearance. No matter how much Valar claimed to work for the prosperity of House Sarwick, your father wouldn't hear any of it. He cursed him and chased him away from River Spring for good. Your half-brother was mad with rage and left seeking vengeance. Apparently, he spent several years at the Citadel, using education to compensate for his low birth.
A maester cannot become a lord.
He never became maester, but stopped at the rank of acolyte. He learned the art of war, studied the higher mysteries, and forged links. He was then thrown out of the Citadel several years later for studying the forbidden arts. He's been a sellsword ever since. His reputation spread quickly, and royal ears heard of him. In 2 years, he went from simple soldier to the Queen's Guard. He moves in the shadows. The nobles of the court fear him.
How do you know all of this?
I went with your sister to the Red Keep in King's Landing for her audiences with the Queen. It is there that I learned what I know of him.
Valar. He has taken too much from me already. I cannot just stand by while he marries my sister.
There is something else of which we should speak. I would have liked to spare you this. I do not believe that your father's death was an accident. There are certain indications that lead me to believe that he was poisoned.
Are you sure?
Believe me, Alistair, I know this subject. The Strangler is a difficult poison to detect, but it leaves certain traces that cannot be caused by anything else.
L'étrangleur. Pas un beau poison.
And you have no idea who it could have been?
I am not certain, but there are rumors of a possible culprit.
Tell me who it is.
This may overwhelm you, but the rumors say that it is your younger brother, Garwin.
Garwin? He was but a child when I left.
He and Lord Reynold had some serious quarrels, and he disappeared on the very night of your father's death. We've had no news of him since.
Why? Why would he have done such a thing?
Maester Harwin! The people are rebelling. Rioting has broken out throughout the town.
With all of this festering discontent, it was only a matter of time before this happened.
Tell me, does the River Spring Guard have the situation under control?
For now, they are securing the entrances to the castle. Barricades protect us from a direct attack. But the streets are inaccessible to us. We have too few men. The guard is overwhelmed.
Who is behind this revolt?
I think I know who leads them. I crossed paths with a certain Tyrek when arriving, a rabble-rouser, telling the people to take up arms.
Tyrek? I heard some guards say that he was getting people worked up in the marketplace.
How did things get this far out of hand?
Well, the lords left the castle after the burial, with their fine clothes and all. Whereas the villagers are starving, all of this flaunted wealth must have pushed them too far. Everything erupted. The villagers began to attack the lords, taking them hostage.
You said that the revolt is being led from the main square. We must go there immediately.
Captain Ryman says that it's impossible. Our men are barely managing to keep them at bay at the castle doors. There are not enough of us to attempt an escape.
Where is Captain Ryman?
He is at the doors. He's the one that ordered the barricades.
7 hells! If Ryman deals with it, the revolt will end in flames and bloodshed.
River Spring has already suffered too much. I must join Ryman. River Spring needs me. I will not watch our land fall into ruins without acting.
Very well. But I beg you to be careful. You are a Sarwick. Act as a liege, Lord Alster, and know that your acts will have consequences.
I will do what must be done.
I am sure you will.
Il n'existe pas de créature plus terrifiante qu'un homme, entièrement juste.
We should be able... Well, well, look who's here. Dear Alistair. What have you come for, my good cousin?
I hope you're thinking more clearly than you were earlier.
I have no lessons to learn from a coward.
Let's not start that again. Ryman, I did not come here to fight with you. What can you tell me of the situation here?
We've almost regained control of the southern part of town. My soldiers are about to clean it out. But in the marketplace, there are still skirmishes between rioters and people loyal to our cause. Nobles who came for the ceremony are still being held hostage by rebels on the docks in the northern part of town.
Very well. Let's go, Ryman. I want to see this for myself.
Really? His lordship would like to see this for himself? Well then, I'd be happy to accompany you to see this. I cannot wait to see you reason with this gang of peasants. I hope that blade at your belt is not just for decoration. Here, take my flask. You might need it.
Open this damn gate! We'll die of hunger! Have the gate opened, or we'll set fire to your cursed castle!
Calm down. There is no point in going to such extremes. I am aware that things are not going well here, but burning down the castle won't make things any better.
So, what do you suggest? We are starving!
We are going to put a new tax on the nobility and their property. This will help us bring in food for those most in need. We just need a little time to put everything in place.
This isn't the first promise we've heard.
I know how difficult it is for you to get through each day, but everything will be done to improve your conditions as soon as possible.
Well, for once, noble corn will serve to do something other than deepening our misery. Come along, men! Let's go home!
Open this gate. I'm going to town.
Understood.
I'm sorry, my lord. Tyrek asked us to keep them here for as long as possible. Do not kill us. We beg of you.
I suppose it would be unfair to kill you for so little.
Ah, your leniency shall not be forgotten.
You've got us out of a bad situation, Captain. We'll join the others when we're ready.
Keep away. We're just returning the fight. The town is ours now. hadn't planned on killing him, my lord. It was just to teach him a lesson.
I understand your anger, but I will not accept such behavior inside these walls.
The Father watches over you.
Captain, I knew I could count on you.
The fight is not over, my boy. Try to find some place where you can make yourself useful.
You are completely mad. Nothing good will come of this revolt.
You'd better think well, Baker. If you're not with us, you're against us.
Please, Preston, just listen to yourself. We've lived in the same town since we were little.
What's going on here? Attacking the castle guards wasn't enough for you. You have to fight amongst yourselves, too.
Ah, there are the guards. Milords, we are faithful to House Sarwick, and we're trying to calm them, but it's impossible to make them listen to reason.
Traitors! You wish to continue living in squalor and eating only what the lords shit out?
Silence! I am the son of the late Lord Sarwick. Who is behind this revolt?
He's a merchant who works at the port, goes by the name of Tyrek. He's well respected by the people of River Spring.
At least he's one of ours. He suffers with us and fights with us. He's the only one who's dared to act while we die in squalor.
I understand. I will ask that food from the castle be distributed, but first you must stop this revolt.
You would do that? Swear by the Seven, and we will put down our weapons.
The Seven are not my gods. I swear to keep my word by the divine light of R'hllor.
I know nothing of your god, but I trust your word.
The people will never be abandoned again. Trust me.
My thanks, milord. I was so afraid the situation would get out of hand.
Unfortunately, River Spring has seen too much of its own blood these last hours.
Tyrek promised them that there would be no innocent victims, and those poor sods believed him.
Giving out the castle's food like that, the villagers will be thankful for it, but it won't last for long.
Shit! The captain of the guard! Not a step further, or we will kill all of these lords.
Bastards! They're going after the burial guests. How do you want to proceed, Alistair?
People of River Spring, I am Alistair Sarwick. Why are you attacking these innocent people?
We've been dying of hunger for years, while these lords and ladies with their jewels just strut around us like peacocks.
Start by letting these people go. Nothing can be resolved while you still threaten them.
Free them? You must be joking. The port's merchants are all penniless. We ask only for enough to buy new wares and reopen our stores.
Our lands are sick and the castle is low on coin. But these lords here are under my protection, and River Spring will pay for their release. Ryman, hand them your purse. Eliana will repay you at the castle.
You have some guts. I'll make sure you repay me. Here, beggars. Now, get out of my sight.
Thank you, Lord Alistair. You acted like a true lord.
Your talents as a diplomat are equal to your father's, Alistair.
Your compliment warms my heart, Garrison. You should take advantage of this calm to go home. The situation here should return to normal soon.
You're right.
You acted admirably, my lord.
What were you doing, ferryman?
The lords wanted me to help them leave the town, but these brutes attacked us before I could cast off the moorings. It's a good thing you arrived when you did. I didn't think I'd make it. Let me know if I can return the favor one day.
Pay a ransom? You are aware that our coffers are empty.
What are you doing? This is no time to stand about. The town is rife with fire and bloodshed.
I know it better than most, my lord. I lost my 3 sons today. There's nothing to keep me here any longer.
I understand your pain, but suicide is not the solution. Keep hold of your life, and R'hllor's benevolence will soothe your soul.
R'hllor? What do you mean?
R'hllor is the warmth in your home, the comfort of a mother's breast, and the sweetness of a woman's words. Go to him, and the path will seem less dark.
Perhaps I...
Stop! Leave that man be!
We're just taking back what is ours. These cursed lords have made our life hard for far too long.
Perhaps you want us to slit your throats, like the vultures you are.
Looters caught in the act will be executed. I advise you to go home before this happens to you.
I won't risk my life for this shit.
Clive! Bloody lowborns! Many men of the Watch are dying today.
There are so many people, and they are so well organized. Too organized for a simple rebellion. Open the gate. I'm returning to the castle.
Very well.
Ah, there you are, Captain. We were about to execute these men. They must learn who's in charge here.
These people must have committed serious crimes if they are to be executed.
They were amongst the rioters. They must be guilty of something.
If you execute people without reason, the situation will only grow worse. Allow me some time to question them.
What shall we do, Captain?
These vermin don't deserve such kind treatment. But fine. Let's see what my cousin is made of.
Tell us why you're here, friend.
They started it. We just came to ask for something to eat.
Shut your mouth, scum! You killed one of our men in the port, and you will pay for that!
This guard claims to have seen you at the port storehouse.
I was there with the others to demand food, my lord. But I'd already left when that guard got an axe through the head.
What is this man being accused of?
My lord, this man was seen in the port, where the rioting broke out.
And you suspect that he is responsible for this unrest?
One of our guards was killed in front of the storehouse. Someone must pay for that.
Let him go.
Very well.
This man was found near the dying body of one of our men. Look at him. He's pissed himself. You don't need more proof than that.
What were you doing near this guard's body?
I beg of you, my lord. I am innocent. I swear it by the Seven.
That is not what I asked. Why were you close to the body?
I am innocent. I did nothing. I killed no one.
This man apparently killed a guard.
Everything leads us to believe it, my lord. We found him carrying an enormous knife.
What were you doing carrying a knife?
Well, because I'm an apprentice to the butcher in the marketplace, my lord. I use the blade in my work, nothing more.
Did you find him with the blade in his hand?
No, we found it in his pouch, but the blade was caked with dried blood.
Dried blood, you say? The blood would still be sticky and fresh if it belonged to our man. Let this man go immediately.
Very well, my lord. You're finally to die, you piece of shit.
I've nothing to do with all this. My lot kept out of it from the start.
I don't give a damn. You've been a pain in our arses for far too long.
What were you doing during the rioting?
I live in the inn overlooking the port with some friends. We haven't set foot outside since the revolt started. A group of armed guards arrived and dragged me off in the middle of a game of cards. So, that is River Spring justice, huh? Quick executions without reason?
For what crime do you wish to punish this man?
He belongs to an organized gang currently ruling over the port.
They hold the merchants to ransom. They all pay with coin or their lives.
We have good relations with the merchants on the port. They appreciate our protection.
Protection? Don't make me laugh. We finally have the chance to get our hands on him. River Spring will be better off without him.
Send him to the dungeons. The situation in town is too dire to let him roam freely.
Our friend already knows the way.
You're making a grave error, my lord.
You'll pay for what you did, whore.
I wish you had been in your squalid house as it burned.
If you set his house on fire, you do realize that a lord can cut off your hands for far less than that.
Oh, please, don't cut off my hands, my lord. Your guard there. He took advantage of the rioting to violate my little sister. I found her in tears, unable to speak.
You can't call that rape. The girl didn't even put up a fight.
I'll get you and make you eat your own shit.
A fire started during the rioting, the rape of a young defenseless girl. You will both go to the dungeons of River Spring.
Are you done, my lord?
Yes, but no one is to take such decisions in the future without telling me first. Try to at least hear what they have to say before passing sentence. Is that understood?
Yes, my lord.
My lord Sarwick, Tyrick, the leader of the revolt, has turned up at the castle doors. He will only negotiate with you.
The traitor finally shows his face. It's time to put a stop to this madness.
If the people followed him, then this man earned their respect. He deserves to be listened to. Guard, tell him I'm on my way.
Very well, my lord.
At last! The man who everyone is talking about? The famous Alistair Sarwick? We already spoke on the quay. You pretended you were just a foreigner. But now that you're with your guards, you finally show your true face.
This morning I was only a stranger, but the situation has changed and I have to act. You are the man who started the rioting which led to a full revolt.
You know nothing of our problems. Your family sits warm in your castle while we die of hunger in the streets.
He proved that he is on our side today, Tyrek.
I've made decisions which may seem unjust to you, but they were for the good of Riverspring. Our town is where it is today because ties with the lords of the Westerlands have been cut. To bring our lands back to health, we must gain the trust and support of the lords.
Unfortunately, your efforts seem to be in vain, Alistair.
May the lords of the Westerlands rest easy. From now on, I will do everything in my power to restore Riverspring to its former glory.
You disgust me. You reveal yourself for what you are. Despite your actions during the rioting, you defend the privileges of the lords. Nothing changes. The people will continue to die of hunger, while the lords feast.
During the rioting, the people of Riverspring did not die of hunger. They died by the sword, Tyrek. Do you not take any blame for having brought about these massacres? Riverspring has suffered heavy losses on both sides, the people and the guards alike.
The Guard will fight to the end for the survival of Riverspring, but your decisions did not help us at all. You're so interested in gaining the people's love that you'll lead the town to ruin. You can't rule the town with weak actions.
The people no longer support you, Tyrek. Your cause means nothing now.
He's right, Tyrek. The rioting was foolery. Many of our people died today. Leave it be.
Enough bloodshed, Tyrek. Accept your defeat. Accept your situation. You have no support anymore.
You may have calmed them with your pretty speeches, but I know that it won't change, and we'll just keep dying!
I will rebuild Riverspring again if it costs me my life. And you will hear it all from the dungeons. Guards, take him away.
You succeeded, Lord Alistair. These riots very nearly destroyed Riverspring.
Harwin, you address me as Lord now?
Although you do not officially hold the title of Lord, you have shown that you have the soul of one. From this point forth, I shall address you as such.
I shall try to be worthy of your trust. The town may be appeased, but I could not please everyone.
It is difficult to lead. Your choices will always leave someone unhappy. The important thing is that you made decisions where others would simply let the situation deteriorate. The decisions you made today brought peace back to Riverspring. That is all that matters.
He is right, Alistair. I never thought I would say this, but Riverspring needs a man like you. It would be a shame for you to leave now.
Thank you, Ryman. Rest assured, I do not intend to leave. Not anymore.
Good to hear.
Now that this matter has been taken care of, I would like to carry on our discussion regarding my brother, Gawain.
Not here, Alistair. It has been a particularly delicate matter since the death of Lord Reynold. Find me at the castle.
Understood.
Les rois et cadavres attirent toujours les foules.
Alistair, it is important that I speak with you.
What is it, little sister?
I am sorry for the cold welcome during the burial. I lied to myself by saying that you no longer meant anything to me. When Harwin informed me that you were helping Ryman handle the rioting, I was afraid something would happen to you. I would never have forgiven myself.
Do not worry, little sister. I have returned.
Are you planning to remain at Riverspring?
I will restore Riverspring to its former glory.
How do you intend to do that?
I have decided to seek an audience with the Queen at the Red Keep in order to reclaim my titles and inheritance.
You do not have to do that, Alistair. You know, I have reached an agreement with the Queen. If I wed Valar, the Crown will once again recognize the sovereignty of a lord at Riverspring and will agree to help us.
Yes, Harwin spoke of it to me, and it only reinforces my determination.
Don't be a fool, Alistair. If the Queen were to take insult from your approach, we could lose everything.
I know that, but this marriage would mean the end of Riverspring. You do not know the true nature of Valar.
I am well aware of that vulture's reputation. He and I have nothing in common, but unfortunately he is close to the Queen. House Lannister is the richest house in Westeros, and one of the most powerful. With a faithful vassal such as Valar, they will surely help us.
I see your point of view, sister, but I will not allow Valar to share a future with House Sarwick. I spoke to Harwin, and he told me that father had banished him, and rightly so. I would not have you make such a sacrifice to keep Riverspring in the family.
I'm sorry, but I cannot share your optimism, brother. I hope your words will move the Queen. I bid you take leave and speak with Harwin now.
Let's speak now that we are alone, Harwin. Tell me of Garwin. I remember little of him as a child. He was restless, but not bad at heart.
He has certainly grown up since then. His relationship with your father had become increasingly strained these past few years.
To what extent?
Well, their arguments had become increasingly violent. Several days before his death, your father disinherited Gawain. As a son of a noble family, to be disinherited is a fate worse than death. This could be reason enough for Gawain to commit the unforgivable.
But there is no solid evidence of that, is there?
No, just theory. However, since this happened, Gawain has disappeared.
Would you know where he might have gone?
He enjoyed visiting your men, sir, in King's Landing.
I happen to be going there to seek an audience with the Queen. I will see if I can find him. My priority is to get my titles back. I will become the lord of these lands as my father wished. I will find a way to stop the marriage. Valar will not have Riverspring.
The Seven be praised. It is a relief to hear it.
But before all else, I must inform the priesthood of my decision.
Your old bedchamber is still there. Lord Reynald did not want it touched. I ask that it be readied in the hope of your arrival.
I thank you, Harwin.
Good evening, Master Alistair.
Good evening, Master Betharius.
What news from your stay on the other continent?
I will not return to Braavos. I must take my rightful place here at Riverspring.
What is that, Master? Do you wish to leave our order?
I did not say that. I am and will remain devoted to R'hllor until I die. The fact that I remain in Westeros in no way changes my dedication to our temple. Quite the contrary.
What do you mean?
I believe that our organization would do well to have a Lord of Westeros devoted to our cause. The light of R'hllor will shine upon my subjects and neighbors.
I see. Well, we can only encourage such initiative. Our order has little representation on the continent of Westeros.
I may need you to send me Denyo to help me in this task.
It will be done. No more than the two of you. I will inform the rest of the clergy of your decision and your devotion, Master Alistair. May lights watch over you.
I thank you, Master Betharios. May the light watch over you as well.
River Spring has recognized his authority, and it would seem that he has decided to stay for good.
Indeed. I spoke to him about it, and he has decided to take on his responsibilities here.
Maester Harwin, do you truly believe that he has a chance of changing the Queen's mind?
Have confidence in your brother, Ilyana.
I don't doubt my brother. I doubt Valar.
Worry not, little sister. Harwin, prepare for my voyage. I am leaving for King's Landing in order to request an audience with the Queen. R'hllor as my witness, I will be the new master of River Spring.
De nos jours, les risques incroyables que vous avez pris ont permis de repousser la menace d'une invasion sauvageonne. C'est une grande victoire pour la guerre de nuit. Vous avez débarrassé le Dontin des chefs les plus dangereux, des chefs de guerre les plus dangereux de la région. Même si la perte d'une patrouille est un lourd tribut à payer. Vous avez d'ailleurs failli à la suivre dans la mort. Seul contre un clan entier, votre destin était scellé. Vous ne devez votre survie qu'à l'arrivée providentielle de vos frères qui ont mis les pillards en déroute. C'est sur cette dernière vision que vous avez perdu connaissance.
Morse! Morse! By the gods, Morse. Only you would take on so many wildlings on your own. I was afraid we'd arrived too late.
Indeed. But at what price? My men are dead, as well as those from Kragan's patrol.
In spite of our losses, it is a good day for the Night's Watch. Gorn and his curs would have bled our ranks for years to come.
Despite all that, I owe my life to you and your men.
My honor for the wall. My life for my brothers.
Corin. There was another ranger with me. A little thief from Fleabottom. I stationed him up there with his bow. Did you see him?
Neither him nor his body. You're the only survivor we found.
I see. I'll try to find out what happened to him. I must find him before reporting to Lord Commander Mormont.
The Night's Watch lacks the strength it once had. The wildlings should never have been able to travel this far in the gift.
Take nothing for granted. Nothing lasts forever. We know that better than anyone.
I'll have my men sweep the area until our builders arrive to block up the opening. We'll take care of the slain. Good luck finding the boy, brother.
My thanks. I am greatly indebted to you, Corin.
Bon, moi je vais vous laisser là. Je vous souhaite à tous une bonne journée. Prenez soin de vous, puis à la prochaine.